I was standing outside my own house, with one bag in my hand, because my son told me to leave. Let me start from the beginning. This property has been mine for 40 years. Not because my husband bought it, because my father left it to me. The blue shutters, I picked them in 2003. The porch steps, Henry poured them, yes, but I designed them. This home is mine. And last Thursday my son tried to take it from me. Trevor is 38, works in real estate, smart, charming. He knows how to make things sound true, even when they're not. The question started months ago. What do you think the place would appraise at? Have you thought about long-term planning, Mom? Have you ever spoken to a lawyer about your name on the deed? I told him the deed was in my name. It always had been. He nodded, changed the subject. I should have seen it coming. But he's my son. You don't expect your son to steal from you. Thursday afternoon, Henry was in St. Catharines helping a friend. I was alone. Trevor showed up at 2 p.m. Marcus was with him. They came inside, sat at my kitchen table, smiled. Then Trevor pulled out a folder. Mom, we need to talk about the house. He opened the folder. Papers. Legal-looking papers. This is a transfer document. The property is being moved into my name as part of a long-term estate agreement. I stared at him. What? A lawyer has already confirmed it. It's all above board. The kindest thing for everyone is if you take what you need and stay somewhere else until things are sorted. Stay somewhere else. He was telling me to leave my own home. I looked at Marcus. He wouldn't meet my eyes. Trevor, your father and I live here. I know, Mom. That's why we're doing this now, to make it easier for everyone. I stood up. My hands were shaking. I'm not leaving. Mom, please don't make this difficult. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I walked to my bedroom, packed one bag, a canvas tote I use for groceries. Then I walked outside, stood at the gate, and waited. I waited for Henry. But here's what Trevor didn't know. The house wasn't Henry's to give. It was mine. My father bought it in 1984. He left it to me in his will. Henry's name isn't on the deed. It never was. Trevor spent 38 years thinking his father was the one in control. He was wrong. And when Henry came home, when he saw me standing at that gate with one bag, something changed, not in Henry, in me. I was done being the quiet wife, the gentle mother, the woman who stayed in the kitchen while the men made decisions. Trevor wanted this place. He was about to find out who actually owned it. Henry pulled into the driveway. He saw me at the gate, the bag at my feet. He didn't say a word, just picked up the bag, took my hand, walked me inside. I sat at the kitchen table. He got me water, lemon cake. Then he went to the hall closet and called Ruth Coleman. Ruth is my lawyer. She's been my lawyer for 11 years. She is 52 years old. She has a voice like a judge. Henry told her what happened. She was quiet for seconds. Then she said, the title of that property is in your wife's name alone. Has been since she bought it. Has not changed. No one would have touched that document without me knowing. What Trevor showed Gloria was not a legal transfer. I would put my career on that. Henry asked what to do. Ruth said, you do nothing tonight. I do everything tonight. By morning, your son will have a formal trespass notice served to him at his Hamilton address. Then she said something I'll never forget. Henry, he walked into your house and told your wife to leave. I want you to know, I am taking this personally, on her behalf. Henry said, I appreciate that, Ruth. She said, get some rest. I sat there, realizing something. My son didn't just lie. He expected me to believe him. He thought I would pack my bag and disappear, because he never saw me as someone who would fight back. Henry came back to the kitchen, sat across from me. He's not getting the house, Gloria. I know. How did you know? Because I never put your name on the deed. It was always mine. From the beginning. Henry stared at me. Then he laughed. A real laugh. 40 years, and you never told me? You never asked. He shook his head. Trevor has no idea what he just walked into. No, he doesn't. Henry called our neighbor Beatrice. She's 78 years old. Former paralegal. She answered before the second ring. Henry told her what happened. She was quiet for a moment. Then she said he told her to leave her own house? Yes. With one bag? Yes. Henry, I'm going to make some calls. Ruth is good. But I know people who owe me favors. Beatrice hung up. I looked at Henry. What just happened? Beatrice is about to become Trevor's worst nightmare. By 7:30 Friday morning, Ruth had sent me the draft letter. By 8:15, the trespass notice had been served. I was drinking coffee in the kitchen when the confirmation came through. Trevor called at 8:42. I let it go to voicemail. He called again at 8:51. I answered. Mom, I just got served with a trespass notice. What is going on? Trevor, I am going to say something, and I want you to hear it clearly. I was standing at the gate of my own home with one grocery bag. Because you told me to leave. Sit with that for a moment before we continue. He started to talk about planning. About the future. About trying to help us think ahead. Trevor, Ruth reviewed the title last night. The house is mine. It has always been mine. There's no transfer. There's no agreement. There is no document that means what you told me it meant. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? He was quiet. You walked into my home, and you frightened me into packing a bag. Whatever you were hoping would happen when Henry came home did not happen. And now here is what is going to happen instead. You are not welcome at this property. That is what the notice means. Henry and I will decide in the coming weeks whether we want any further conversation with you. I would not hold your breath. Mom, I was just trying to be practical. Trevor, the future of this property is my business. You made a very significant error in judgment about what I would tolerate. I want you to think carefully about what that means. I ended the call. Then I called Ruth. I want to update my will. I already have the revised draft prepared. I thought you might be coming in this week. You're a remarkable woman, Ruth. I know. That evening, Henry and I sat on the back porch. The maple in the back corner had dropped most of its leaves. Henry said, You're really removing him from the will? I am. Are you sure? I have never been more sure of anything in my life. He's our son, Gloria. He walked into my home and told me to leave. With one bag. While you were gone. He planned it that way. Henry was quiet. He didn't count on you being strong, he finally said. He didn't count on me being anything. That was his mistake. Beatrice came over the next day. She brought a coffee cake. She made it herself. We sat on the porch, the three of us. Beatrice looked at me. How are you actually doing? I looked at the yard. The leaves needed raking. I'm going to rake those leaves tomorrow. That's not what I asked. I know. I'm fine. More fine than I expected to be. She nodded. Then she said, I made some calls. Trevor's real estate license is being reviewed. Marcus's employer has been notified about his involvement. I stared at her. Beatrice. They helped your son try to steal your house. Actions have consequences. Henry poured more coffee. I picked up my cup, looked at my home, my blue shutters. My porch steps. I looked entirely at home. Because I was. And no one was going to take that from me. 2 weeks later, I got a letter from Trevor. Handwritten. Full of excuses. Justifications. I was trying to help. I thought it was what you wanted. I made a mistake. No real apology. I folded the letter. Put it in a drawer. I didn't need it. Ruth called a few days later. Trevor's real estate license has been suspended pending investigation. Marcus has been let go from his job. How did that happen? Beatrice made calls. But also, I may have sent some documentation to the right people. You're terrifying, Ruth. I know. Henry and I had dinner at the kitchen table. The same table where Trevor sat when he handed me those fake documents. Henry said, Do you ever think about forgiving him? Sometimes. And he scared me, Henry, in my own kitchen. While you were gone. He planned it that way. I know. He didn't see me as a person. He saw me as an obstacle. Henry reached across the table, took my hand. He was wrong. He was. Beatrice came by on Saturday. The three of us sat on the back porch. The leaves were gone. Henry had raked them. Beatrice brought another coffee cake. She admitted she bought it this time. It's still delicious, I said. Don't tell anyone. We laughed. Beatrice looked at me. How are you really doing? Really. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm relieved. All of it at once. That's allowed. I know. She put her hand on mine. You did the right thing, Gloria. I know that too. A month later, I get a call from Trevor's voicemail. He had changed his number. I didn't have the new one. He left a message. Mom, I'm sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just wanted you to know. I understand now. What I did. How wrong it was. I listened to it twice. Then I deleted it. Not because I was angry. Because I didn't need to hear it again. I already knew who he was. And I already knew who I was. Someone who built a life. Someone who owned her home. Someone who would not be pushed out by her own son. Trevor wanted the house. The house was never his to want. It was mine. And for the first time in 40 years, I finally acted like it.